So, Whitney passed away. I found out while I was in LA. My friend and I, Ella, I live in Oakland and I was in LA at the time performing, and I was in a workshop with a friend of mine at the Pan Africanist Film Festival, and she was on Twitter, and she was on something, and she passed it to me, and she was like showing it to me, and we were both like, what the fuck, and it was kind of surreal. And then at some point during the panel, actually somebody said mentioned it, said it, and everybody in the room was like, yeah, we've heard, because we're in this technology, this world full of technology. So a lot of people in the room, just a few minutes after it had been announced internationally, were like, yeah, I've heard. So that's an international phenomenon. That's a phenomenon unto itself of how quickly information can travel. So I was sad, because any passing of a person is sad. And of course, I love Whitney's music. And I was like, wow, she's 48 years old. That's incredibly young. And I just felt really, it was just sad, because she is a person that passed, and she's a person that a lot of us know and love, or we at least know and love her music. So it was a tragedy on that level of, someone who has touched many people. And so, I would talk about it with people, and no, we don't really know what the exact details of her passing are, but there's, people speculate, people wonder if it's drug related, people wonder if it's just like a tragedy, an accident, a tragic accident. So those are all things that I've been like talking about, and I guess I think it really hit me today. I was like, because I didn't cry or anything. I was just like, oh, I thought it was sad, but I did not feel what I feel today, this evening, which is like the impact of her music. And it's not like I would have even said that I was a huge Whitney fan. Like, I don't know, I guess I don't really ever consider myself a fan of anyone's music. I just really appreciate their work a lot. And I think that what's really deep to me is when you have people in your life who you've never met, whose music or work, art, whatever, is with you, so much so that you don't conceive of them as someone that could die. I think that's kind of how it was when Michael passed. I was like, I didn't even know you could die. And so for me, I don't think I realized the extent to which Whitney's music has been the soundtrack of so many parts of my life. And I'm just sad, and I think it's sad because, a lot of us have, like, so many of us know her music, and I don't mean the tune or the chorus. I mean every single word of the song. The breath, the pause, where she goes high, where she like teases you and then comes back up, like, and that's really intense. And I think that it's just tragic that people pass and maybe they don't know how appreciated they are. One, two, that people give their life to producing art and may not, as I was talking to my homie Uni, may not feel or be supported in such a way that they have like access to the kind of love that would have them be able to say no to either drugs or other like dangerous or risky behavior. Now, I don't know Whitney's life. So I have no idea what she did or didn't do. I never watched the Oprah interview. I don't know what Whitney was into. I don't know if she was into anything. I don't know. What I know the most about Whitney is her music. That's my most experience of her, is her music. And to me, you know, in a broader scale, I think about the way in which we deal with fame as a society, and how much we love people, we criticize people, we vilify people. They pass and then we get really sad, and their music sales go up, and this is just like this weird cycle. And I guess the whole cycle makes me sad, because I wonder about the human beings within the star, within the celebrity, the human being within that. How do they actually feel? Like, what does it feel to be someone whose entire life is devoted to, who they've chosen to devote their life to producing music, and to give their life to that, and to give their life to producing art? And can we as a society deeply appreciate artists and have celebrities without turning them into martyrs, without turning them into people that we project our own fears and whatever's on? Can we just love their music and let them be human beings, and not harass them, and not have like every single thing they fucking do, whether they buy this brand of tampons or this brand of tampons, be on the front page? Like, how can we have a healthy way to appreciate people's work? Because this shit, like, honestly, it's so incredibly non-sustainable to have celebrities exist in the way that they do now. It's not. If I were to become like incredibly famous, I don't know how I would react to all of the stress and pressures that we as a society, and the scrutiny that we as a society put on people. And I don't buy those magazines, you know, the National Enquirer and all that stuff, but a lot of people do. And so this is like a huge, you know, all of these shows and all of these, you know, tell-all books and behind the scenes documentaries and reality TV shows, and all of these things are it's a space that basically we make human being spectacles to escape we make certain human being spectacles to escape from whatever is in our life that we are scared to look at. And so instead we point fingers at, criticize, talk shit about, go to the barbershop and rap about somebody else's life, their babies, their drugs, their whatever, their suspected babies, their suspected drug use, and then they die, and we're like, wow. And I wonder if they know how much they meant to us. And I guess, you know, I'm really surprised at how sad I am. Let me go and grab like a Whitney album. Hold on. Coming. Sorry. So a few months ago, my homie DJ Moni was moving from New York to LA, and she was giving away and selling a lot of her music and a lot of her vinyl. And I love vinyl, and I saw this and I was like, I have to have this, you know? And I was just digging through my records today and looking at it and like, wow, you know? And so I guess I just thought I would make a video. I know a lot of people love Whitney Houston, and I know a lot of people love people who have struggled with, continue to struggle with addiction. And I guess like this makes me sad, because I think about people in my life who have struggled with, continue to struggle with addiction. And I think Wendy Williams' video, if you haven't seen it, you should really just Google Wendy Williams, Whitney Houston. Her video is very moving, and it just makes me think about how we support and love people who are struggling around us. You know, whether it be with depression or mental illness, which a lot of us don't ever want to talk about, whether it be with drugs or alcohol, prescription medication, whatever it is, like, how do we support those people? And because they're us, sometimes it's us, sometimes it's our family, our friends, our people that we are, you know, partnering with, and we can't just ignore that they exist until they die and then cry about it. And I guess I wanted to just make a video to ask us to be more human with ourselves, with the celebrities that we love, the artists that we love, with our family members, whether they're struggling with addiction or drugs or whatever they're struggling with, because there's a whole myriad of things that we can struggle with as human beings. Can we please try and love each other a little better, and bigger and wider and softer? And I also just wanted to really say I really love you, Whitney. Thank you for your music. And um, let's also try to appreciate our artists while they're here.